So a couple of things before we get started. If you want to grab a blanket to sit on, I always have one, or for under the knees. You can grab that. Any blanket will do. Just make sure it's not like super lumpy because that'll just hurt. I talked about this a little bit yesterday. Grabbing maybe a couple of really thick books to use as blocks if you think you might need those. There might be a couple of spots where they would be helpful, but not necessary either. Also, if you want music, I don't have music on. It's just kind of distracting. It sounds funny. So if you would like some music, then you're welcome to turn on Spotify or whatever it is that you stream from, and put some music on for yourself. So let's get started. All right, so I'm gonna grab my tea. My allergies are sort of active right now, so get hot tea. So we'll just start in a comfortable, easy seat. Maybe taking that blanket underneath you. Legs can be crossed. If that's not comfortable, you're welcome to extend them. And just allow the eyes to close. Maybe just take the gaze down softly towards the mat. Allow the sit bones to press into the earth. And lengthen up the spine, sitting up nice and tall. Drawing shoulders up towards the ears. And then down the back to open up the heart space. Soften the face. Maybe lift the corners of the mouth. Reminding yourself to just enjoy this next hour or so that we practice together. And just remembering to stay kind to yourself and do what feels best. Do what works in your practice this morning. You may feel tightness or soreness in places that maybe you're not used to. If you're working from a desk a little bit more than usual. So just remember to be gentle with yourself. So if something doesn't feel right or feel good or hurts, skip it. This is your practice. Make it what you want to make it. So and let's just start off with a few deep breaths. In through the nose. And then open the mouth and just let it out, sigh. Take a breath in, sit a little bit taller. Open up the heart space, feel that breath. Widen the collarbones and then exhale. One more time, breath in. And breath out. And then take one hand onto the heart space. Feel the chest beneath the hand. Feel the heartbeat. Physically feel the breath as it moves the chest, opening with the inhales and softening with the exhales. So tap into that physical aspect of the body here. Really becoming aware of the breath pattern. Does the breath flow easily? Does it feel tight? Do the allergies have you as well? And then see what else you can notice. Maybe go a little bit deeper than that. What emotions start to come up as you tune into the heart space? There's a lot happening right now in our lives and in our world. So whatever you're feeling is okay. Sometimes that changes from minute to minute. I know it does for me. So just allow yourself to tap in for another moment. Another few breaths. Reminding yourself to be kind, to be gentle, not just during your practice, but throughout the day. And then come back to this space at any point in our practice together that you feel like you need to just take a moment and maybe recenter, or really come back to this at any point throughout your day. And then just release the hand. You're welcome to keep the eyes closed here, or gently take them open. And then placing the hands on the knees, take the right shoulder and just start to press it down in front of you. So notice that my right elbow is in line with my shoulder here. So you want to feel a stretch through the front of that right shoulder. And then on your next inhale, rise back up and take the left shoulder down. Again, the elbow is in line with the shoulder here, and the more you press forward and down, the more you'll feel that stretch. So take that at your own pace. And then we'll do that again. Inhale, rise up. And then exhale, right shoulder comes down. Inhale, lift. And then left shoulder. And then inhale to lift. And then an exhale, just sit up nice and tall here. And then we'll take the hands behind you. So if you have something underneath you, you may decide you want to move that away. It's up to you, okay? So take the hands behind you. The fingertips come onto the mat, and they're facing towards your bum, okay? So inhale, just start to lift the chest here, opening up the front of the body. Maybe take the gaze up if that feels okay for you. Feel the broadening of the collarbones, the openness of the heart space here. Take a breath in. And then on your breath out, rise up. Take the hands to the knees, round through the upper back. Draw the chin into the chest here. Rise back up. Hands come back behind you. Take an inhale, open up the heart space, lift the chest. And then exhale, hands come to the knees, round the back. So like a little seated cat-cow of sorts. One more time. Inhale, lift and open the heart. Draw the elbows in towards one another. And this time on your exhale, we're going to rise up, take the hands in front of you, and then just walk them out, coming into a fold here. Allow the head to hang heavy. Maybe give it a gentle nod, yes. And then a gentle shake, no. And then just walk the hands over towards the right side of your mat, keeping both hips rooted down into the earth.
You're welcome to take the left hand on top of the right, if that would give you a little more stretch. And then we'll walk the hands back to center, and then walk them over to the left side of your mat this time. Again, both hips stay pressed down. You can take the right hand on top of the left maybe. Deepen that stretch for the right side body. And then walk the hands back to center. Take a moment here. See if you can find a little more length. Take an inhale, and then an exhale. See if you can go a little bit deeper. And on your next inhale, walk the hands back towards the legs. Slowly roll the body up.
And then we'll start to make our way onto hands and knees. So this is a really great place that if you would like to place the blanket underneath your knees, you're welcome to. If you don't need it, just place it to the side and come back to it whenever you need it. Okay. So hands and knees here, coming to tabletop. So the shoulders are over the wrists here and the hips are over the knees. And sometimes when we come to these hands and knees position, or anytime we come onto our hands in yoga, we tend to let all of the weight sort of dump into the base of the palm, which creates some strain for the wrists. So when you come to these hands and knees or dog or whatever it is, press into the pads of the fingers, okay? So press into the pads of the fingers, and that will help alleviate some of that pressure from the wrists. Press into the tops of the feet. Find a neutral spine. We've already done a little bit of cat-cow, but let's go ahead and do it because it might just feel good. Maybe this is the first time you've moved today. So take an inhale, lift the head, open up the heart, lift the hips. And then exhale, press into the palms as you round the back, draw the chin into the chest. Inhale, lift and open the heart. Draw the shoulder blades down the back, and then exhale, round. Create a little more space between the shoulder blades here. One more time, inhale to open. Exhale to round. And then if you want to add on any other movements, maybe take the hips from side to side or sort of rock back and forth. Whatever would feel good to you here, just take a moment and tune into what your body's asking for. And then make your way back into that tabletop pose. And we'll take the arms, extend them long here so that the wrists are quite a bit in front of my shoulders. And then start to melt the chest down towards the mat. And then you can take the forehead right down as well. And notice that my hips are still over the knees. So we're not in a child's pose, we're in a puppy pose here. And if you find that this is too much for the shoulders or the upper back, you can actually bend the arms and maybe clasp opposite elbows, and that will alleviate some of that pressure. Again, this is your practice, so do what your body needs. Keep melting the heart space down towards the earth. Take one more breath in and out. If you've clasped opposite elbows, go ahead and re-extend the arms, lifting yourself back onto all fours. Press into the pads of the fingers, curl the back toes under, and start to lift the hips towards the sky, making your way into your first downward facing dog here. So if you need to take a moment to sort of pedal out the feet, move around a little bit, maybe move the hips from side to side, you're welcome to do that. And then when you're ready, just take a moment in stillness here in your downward facing dog. Again, pressing pads of the fingers to the earth. See if you can draw the shoulders away from the ears. Lift the belly up towards the spine.
And then press the heels down towards the earth. Notice mine don't meet the earth. They probably never will. It's all good. And then take a breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. One more time, inhale and exhale. Last one, full breath in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. And then take the gaze between the palms, soften the knees, walk the feet behind the wrists. You can keep the knees as bent as you like. And then just fold out over the legs here. I'm going to check on the screen. And sorry, I want to close a couple things. So just take a moment in that forward fold. Again, the knees can stay as soft as you like. You're welcome to clasp opposite elbows, finding a bind, maybe sway from side to side. Just whatever movements might feel good here. And then if you have a bind, go ahead and allow it to release. Press into the feet, soften the knees as you begin to roll the body up to stand. So move one vertebra at a time. We're going to stack the hips, then the heart, and then finally the head, coming all the way to stand. Coming into your mountain pose or your Tadasana pose. That's just fancy for mountain pose. All right. So the feet can be hips distance apart, maybe a little bit closer if that feels okay for the hips. Pressing the feet down into the earth. But feel that energy rise, lifting up the quads, activating the legs. Inhale, open up the chest here. Draw the shoulders away from the ears as you relax the arms alongside of you. Close the eyes. Return to the breath. Maybe take one hand back onto the heart. Taking one more moment to remind yourself to be gentle. Give yourself some kindness this morning. Turn the corners of the mouth up. Remind yourself that you're here to enjoy it. Take one more breath in melting. And then exhale, release that hand. Eyes open. Here we go. Take an inhale. Sweep the arms up over the head. Interlace the fingers and then press the palms up towards the sky. So root down through the feet as you lift the palms up. Take an inhale. And an exhale. Find a lean over to your right. So keep the hips facing towards the top of your mat. Keep rooting into the feet. Inhale, bring yourself back to center. Exhale, lean to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, release the hands. This time we'll clasp them behind the back. So the knuckles are facing down towards your mat. Inhale, press the knuckles down. Lift and open the heart here. And then on an exhale, soften the knees and fold out over the legs. Allow the head to be heavy. The hands may lift from the low back if the shoulders feel a little bit more open. If they don't, that's okay. Crown of the head is heavy towards the mat. Take one more breath in this forward fold. And then exhale, release the hands, allow the arms to hang heavy. Inhale, come up halfway. So bring either the fingertips to the mat or maybe the hands come to the shins. Coming into a flat back. Reach the tailbone towards the back of your mat. Crown of the head reaches forward, belly's drawn in. Take an inhale. And exhale, soften the knees, come back into that forward fold. We'll do that 2 more times. Take an inhale, lift halfway. This time we're going to take the hands and reach the fingertips towards the back of the mat, opening the heart space, broadening the chest. Inhale. Exhale, soften the knees, fold over the legs. One more time, just like that. Inhale, lift, reach back. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees enough so that you can plant the hands onto the mat and just make your way into a downward facing dog here. Once again. On your inhale, lift the heels. Begin to roll the body forward. So rounding through the upper back, drawing yourself into plank pose. So shoulders come over the wrists. Hands press down into the mat as you lift the chest away from the mat. Belly is drawn in, press into the heels. Take a breath in here. Exhale, lower the knees. Keep the toes tucked under as you bring the hips to the heels and come into a child's pose. So you'll get a nice stretch for the soles of the feet here. Keep the arms lengthened. And then we'll just reverse all of that. So take an inhale, lift the body up, come back into plank pose, lifting the knees. And then on your exhale, send the hips to the sky. Use the belly to draw them up and find your downward facing dog. So move through all of that a little bit faster, moving with the breath. So inhale, lift the heels, roll the body forward, come into plank pose. Exhale, lower the knees, hips sit back, find your child's pose. Inhale, lift the head, come forward, lift the knees, plank. Exhale, hips lift high, downward facing dog. Let's do that again. Inhale, come forward, find your plank pose. Exhale, knees lower, hips back, child's pose. Inhale, forward, find your plank. Exhale, hips high, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward one more time into plank pose. And then exhale, lower the knees. This time we'll uncurl the toes and come all the way down onto the belly. So we're going to take the arms nice and wide here. Okay? So hands are wider than the mat. My elbows are in line with my shoulders. You can't see that as well right now, but they are, I promise. So elbows are in line with the shoulders and my wrists are in line with my elbows. So it looks like I've got these little spider arms and I'm on my fingertips here, okay? Press the tops of the feet down into the mat, draw the belly button up towards the spine. And then on your inhale, press into the fingertips, lift the head, the neck, the heart. And then exhale, melt it back down. Keep pressing into the tops of the feet. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, lift. This time we're going to stay here for the exhale. Keep pressing into the fingertips, lifting the chest. One more breath in. And then an exhale, melt the heart back down. Take the hands underneath the shoulders, press into the palms. Send the hips back towards the heels. And we'll come into a child's pose. So big toes are together. Knees can widen if you like. And then arms can extend, release the forehead down to your mat. Take a few breaths here. Excuse me. Reconnect to the breath. One more round of inhale. And of exhale. On your next inhale, begin to lift the body. Start to make your way back into that downward facing dog. Once again, hips come high to the sky. So let's find a little bit more movement here. So take an inhale, reach the right leg up and back behind you. Press into the heel. Find a three-legged dog. The belly is drawn in. We're still pressing into the hands. And then bend the knee. Draw the heel in towards the glute.
And then start to open up the hip. So aiming to stack right hip on top of left. That may not happen, that's okay. Try to keep the shoulders square towards the top of the mat so that the weight is even in both hands. Take one more breath in. Exhale, square the hips. And then we'll step that foot between the palms. Lower the back knee down. Uncurl the toes. Root down into that right foot. Take an inhale. Sweep the arms up towards the sky. Keep the belly drawn in towards the spine. And then exhale, clasp opposite elbows here. Inhale, lift and open the heart space. And then exhale, find a lean over to your right. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, leaning over to your left. Inhale, back to center. Release the elbows. Fingertips reach for the sky. And then exhale, bend the elbows, coming into cactus arms. And then press them behind you, opening up the heart. Keep that lift of the heart space. And then just reach the fingertips behind you, like you're trying to reach for that back heel. Inhale, sweep the arms back up towards the sky. And then exhale, plant the palms. Curl the back toes under, lift the back knee. Take a moment here in this little runner's lunge. Press into the back heel. Draw the right hip back slightly. Reach the crown of the head forward. Take a breath in. And out. Spiral that left heel down, starting to open up the hips, but keep them nice and low. Root down into the feet on your inhale. We'll rise up, opening the arms, extending them out to the side, right into a warrior two. So take a moment here. It's our first time here. So if you need to sort of bend and straighten the front knee, you can do that. Drop the shoulders from the ears. Allow the tailbone to be heavy. So the hips are even here, right? We don't want to allow that left hip to get higher. So see if you can even the hips here and then extend the arms. Take a moment in your warrior two. Hey guys, I'm trying to check the screen when I can and say hi to you guys. Thanks for joining. And then settle into that warrior two. So we'll start to add a bit of movement here. So take an inhale, straighten that front leg. Take the arms up over the head, palms come together. Reach tall, and then exhale right back into your warrior two. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, warrior two. One more, inhale, reach. Exhale, warrior two. Cartwheel the arms, pick up that back heel. Plant the left hand alongside that right foot. Reach the right fingertips up to the sky, coming into a twist. Take a breath in. A breath out, lower the hand. Plant the palm. Step the right foot back into a plank pose. So we're going to lower down onto the belly. How you get there is up to you. If you'd like to lower the knees first, do that. If you want to just bend the elbows, hug them in, lower through chaturanga, do that. Up to you. I'll meet you on your belly all the way down. Here we go. And then bring the hands alongside the body here. Palms on the mat. Zip up the feet and the ankles. Press the tops of the feet down. Press into the palms. Take an inhale. Lift the head, the neck, and the heart. Reach the crown of the head forward. Coming into a half locust pose. And then exhale, lower it back down. Palms come underneath the shoulders. Curl the toes under. Make your way however you'd like to get there back into downward facing dog. So you can just peel yourself up or you can come through plank. Up to you, your practice. Take a breath in that dog pose. And out. Inhale, this time left leg comes up and back. Three-legged dog. Press into the heel. Keep that lifted leg active here. Keep the belly drawn in. And then bend the knee, draw the heel in towards the glute. And then start to lift the knee towards the sky, opening the hip. Again, try to keep the shoulders square towards the top of the mat. Weight is even in both hands. Take one more breath in. Exhale, square the hips. This time we'll step the left leg between the palms. Lower the back knee down, uncurl the toes. Root into the left foot. Take an inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, clasp opposite elbows. Inhale, lift, open the heart space. Exhale, lean over to the left. Stretch out the right side body. Inhale yourself back to center. Exhale, over to your right. Inhale, bring yourself back to center. Release the elbows. Exhale, bend the elbows. Lift and open the heart space. Keep that lift of the heart. And then just take the fingertips to reach behind you like you're trying to reach for that right heel. Inhale, sweep the arms back up. Exhale, plant the palms. Curl the back toes under. Lift the right knee. Pull the left hip back slightly, almost like you're trying to squeeze the thighs in towards one another. Get the hips nice and low. And then we'll spiral that right heel down this time. Root into both feet when you're ready. Rise up. Extend the arms, warrior two here on this side. Okay, so take a moment here, work into that. Hi, Nancy. Work into that warrior two. You can move those hips, you move the shoulders, work it out. Maybe you've got some good music on. I don't know. And then settle into that warrior two. Root down into both feet. Release the shoulders. Here we go. We'll add that movement on this side. Inhale, straighten the front knee. Take the arms up over the head, palms together. And then exhale, warrior two. Inhale, rise. Exhale, warrior two. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, warrior two. And then we'll cartwheel the arms. Pick up the back heel. Right palm plants. Reach that left arm towards the sky. Twist here. Inhale. Exhale, left palm comes down. Step back to plank pose. Again, lowering all the way to the belly, however you'd like to get there. Hands come alongside the body. Palms on the earth. Zip up feet and ankles. Coming back to that locust pose. Pressing into the hands. Inhale, lift head, neck, heart space. And this time on your exhale, lift the feet. So the goal here isn't to get them really high. The goal is to find length. So see if you can reach the crown of the head forward and reach the toes back. Keep pressing into the hands. Take one more inhale. Exhale, release down. Hands underneath the shoulders. Make your way back into that downward facing dog. Take one breath in and one breath out. Gaze between the palms, lift the heels, soften the knees, and then you can step, you can hop, you can dance all the way to the top of your mat, whatever you'd like to do. Take an inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Press into the feet as you rise all the way up. Bring the palms together over the head, and then exhale, draw them into your heart center. Take one hand back to the heart. Take a moment here, reconnect with that breath. Reconnect to whatever it is you're feeling. Slow the breath, slow the mind. And then release the hand. So move into a little bit of a balance before we start to flow again. So if you're on a super squishy mat, you may want to step off so that it's a little more stable. That's up to you. Find that mountain pose, standing tall, standing strong. Draw the belly in here. On your inhale, we're going to sweep the arms up alongside the ears, palms face one another, and then draw the left leg up. So lifting the knee, flexing the left foot. Drop the tailbone. See if you can draw these low ribs in towards one another so that the belly stays strong. And then start to take that left heel towards the bum. And then that left hand comes behind you and just grabs the top of the foot. So we're coming into a little dancer back. Draw the knees in towards one another. Keep dropping the tailbone. Take one more breath. And exhale. Slowly release that left foot with control. Draw the knee back up. Lift the fingertips back up. Find a crane pose. Exhale, release it all. Other side, here we go. Inhale, arms sweep up. Right knee comes up. So find that crane pose. Find your balance here. Find somewhere to stare, not the screen, because I'm kind of wobbly. And then draw that right heel in towards the glute. Right arm reaches behind you. Clasp the top of the foot. Find your balance once again. Draw the legs in towards one another. So you find a nice big stretch for the front of that right thigh. And then with control, release the foot, draw the knee back up, reach that right hand back up, crane pose. And then an exhale to release. Beautiful. All right, so here we go. Top of the mat, if you're not there, we're going to start to move again. Take an inhale, sweep the arms back up. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale to fold. Bend the knees, plant the palms, step or hop your way back to that downward facing dog. So we'll just repeat that same flow we did with a couple of additions here, okay? Take an inhale, reach the right leg up and back, find that three-legged dog. Bend the knee, heel comes towards the glute, and then take that right knee towards the sky, opening the hip. So you can stay here in this hip opener, or you can start to flip your dog or come into wild thing. If you want to play with that, awesome. You'll take that left heel, spiral it down to the mat. And then with control, keep opening the hip until that right foot comes down to the mat. And then you'll just take that right arm over the head, press the front body up, opening up the heart space. And then slowly with control, right palm comes down. We'll all meet back in a three-legged dog. Taking an inhale, exhale, step the right foot between the palms. Lower the knee and uncurl the toes. Here we go. Take an inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, clasp the elbows. Inhale, lift and open the heart. Exhale, lean to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, back to center. Release the elbows. Exhale, bend the elbows. Shine the heart. Lift it up. Keep that lift. Draw the shoulder blades together and then take the fingertips to reach towards the back of the mat. So here we go. If you want to stay here, just find that reach. If it's available, you may start to bend that left knee, drawing the heel in towards the bum. So this really gets into that hamstring. It's a really good strengthener. You may be able to actually reach behind you and clasp that foot with one or both hands. I've only got one this morning. Wherever you are, take one more breath. If you have that bind, exhale, release. Inhale, sweep the arms back up. Exhale, plant the palms. Curl the toes under, lift that left knee. Take a moment in that runner's lunge. Draw the right hip back. Spiral the left heel down. Take an inhale, rise up, come out, warrior two. Adding that movement on. Inhale, lift the arms over the head. Lengthen up, exhale, warrior two. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. One more, inhale. And exhale, warrior two. This time on your inhale, we're going to straighten the front knee. Reach those right fingertips towards the top of your mat as you press that left hip back. When you're ready, take that right arm down to the shin or maybe to the inner calf. And then the left arm reaches towards the sky, coming into triangle pose. As you're here, notice what's happening in this sort of midsection. See if you can knit those low ribs in towards one another, activating the core. You want a little more core, you can take that bottom hand, reach it out. You want more, you can take that left arm over the head like you're grabbing a beach ball. Up to you, your practice. Either way, we're gonna reach down into the feet. Take an inhale, rise all the way up. Left palm comes down to the thigh, right arm is over the head, stretch it out. Inhale back up, cartwheel the arms. Exhale, plant that left palm. We're gonna come right into that twist. Right arm reaches for the sky. Breath in, breath out to lower the hand. Right foot steps back to plank. Lower onto your belly, your way. Arms alongside the body, coming back for that locust pose. Zip up the feet and ankles. Take an inhale, lift head, neck, heart. Exhale, float the feet. Inhale, this time we're gonna flip the hands, reaching them back towards the heels. Take a breath in, and a breath out to lower. Hands underneath the shoulders, curl the toes under, meet me back in downward facing dog. Take a breath in, and a breath out. This time we'll inhale, left leg comes up and back, three-legged dog on this side. Bend the knee, heel comes in towards the bum. And then bring the knee towards the sky, open the hip. Again, you have the option to stay here, keeping the hip open, or you can take it into that wild thing or flip the dog, whichever you want to call it. If you want to try that, you'll take the right heel down, slowly lower that left foot to the mat, opening, opening, opening. Reaching the heart up towards the sky. And then slowly making your way back. We'll all meet in that three-legged dog. Heel presses behind you. Take an inhale. Exhale, step it between the palms. Lower the knee and uncurl the toes, prepping for that low lunge. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, clasp the elbows. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, lean left. Inhale to center. Exhale, lean right. Inhale, center, release the elbows. Exhale, bend the elbows, shine the heart. Keep that lift of the heart space as you reach the fingertips behind you towards that back heel. Option to stay here. Or maybe you start to take that right heel in towards the glute. Woo! Getting a little wobbly here. Maybe you can take one hand towards the heel. Maybe you can take both. Woo. Wherever you are, take one more breath in. Breath out to release. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, lower them down. Lift the back knee. Take a moment here, pull the left hip back. Get them nice and low. Spiral that right heel down. When you're ready, inhale, rise up, warrior two on this side. You're gonna come right into that movement, okay? Inhale, sweep the arms up. Lengthen up towards the sky. Exhale, warrior two. Keep the heart space nice and open. Beautiful. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, rise. Exhale, warrior two. This time on your inhale, we're going to straighten that front knee. Reach the left fingertips towards the top of your mat. When you're ready, release the left hand down. Right arm towards the sky. So this would be a really good place if you want to, we have yoga blocks or one of those really big books to bring it underneath the hand if that would feel more supportive for you. Okay? So you can stay here, drawing the low ribs in towards one another. Maybe you take that top arm over the head. Maybe you at the bottom. Up to you. Here we go. Root into the feet. Take an inhale, rise all the way up. Right arm releases down, left arm comes over the head. Stretch out the left side body. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, cartwheel the arms, plant the right hand. Left arm reaches for the sky twist. Inhale here. Exhale, plant the palm. Step the foot back. Come down to the belly. One more of those locust pose. Tops of the feet down. Zip up the feet and ankles. Arms are alongside the body. Take an inhale. Lift the head, the neck, the heart. Exhale, float the feet. This time on your inhale, reach the fingertips back towards you, or maybe you clasp the hands behind the back, press the knuckles towards the heels. So Whichever version you're in, reach the crown of the head forward. Reach the toes back. Take one more breath in. Exhale, release it all. Hands come underneath the shoulders. Peel the body up, send the hips to the heels. Take a moment in child's pose. Release the head. Soften through the low back. Some tea. There's a lot of talking and moving. See if you can start to send the breath into the upper back. I like to call that the back side of the heart. So send the breath there. Feel soften. One more round of breath. Inhaling. And exhaling. On your next breath in, start to make your way back into that downward facing dog pose, reaching the hips towards the sky. Gaze to the top of your mat. Soften the knees, step or hop your way all the way up. Take an inhale, find your flat back as you halfway lift. And then an exhale to fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Bring your palms together over the head. And then exhale them into the heart. So we'll take one more little round of balance pose, adding on from what we did before. So if you stepped off your mat last time, I'll invite you to do that again. If not, find your mountain pose. So I'm going to face this way because if I go this way, I'm going to kick the wall. So, root into the feet. Draw the belly in. Start to shift the weight onto that right leg. Take an inhale, sweep the arms up, lift the left knee. So find that crane pose, and then drop the tailbone slightly so that you can activate the belly. And then take the left heel in towards the glute, catch it behind you with the left hand. Pause here for a moment. Find your balance. So you can stay here if you'd like to just work on balance. If you want to play with coming into full dancer, just start to tip the body forward. Keep a long line from that left knee all the way out to the right fingertips. Tip, 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 tip. And then when you have come to your tipping point, start to press that left foot into the hand. Maybe you start to open up. And the corners of the mouth up. Enjoy this beautiful dancer pose. And then inhale, rise all the way back up. Find some control here. Gently release the foot, come back into your crane pose. Lift the knee in front of you. And then exhale, release it all. Yay, let's do the other side. All right, weight shifts onto the left foot when you're ready. Right knee lifts, take the arms up over the head. Again, pause here as long as you need to. You don't have to stay with me. Go at your own pace. If you come out of the pose, cool, it's okay. And then take the right heel back. Catch it with the right hand. Draw the knee down. When you're ready, you can start to tip forward if you like. So again, long line from the knee all the way to the fingertips. Tip, tip, tip. And then when you're ready, you can start to press the foot into the hand, opening up, smiling, enjoying it. Yoga's too serious, so take a moment to find joy in it. Inhale, rise all the way back up. Gently release the foot, take the knee to rise. And then exhale, release. Shake out the body, shake out the hips. If you fell, it's cool. From here, we're going to take it down onto the ground now. Okay? So top of the mat once again. Take an inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant the palms, step back to your dog pose. And then lower the knees down to the mat. So you may decide that you would like a blanket under the knees here. I'm going to put one under. And then come all the way up onto the knees. Okay, so my knees are about hips distance apart. And then notice what's happening with the pelvis here. Do you have this sort of tip of the pelvis? See if you can make that tailbone become heavy. And that will help to activate the core. And these low ribs, imagine those low ribs are sort of drawing in towards one another. Okay? Take the hands behind you like you're placing them in imaginary back pockets. And then begin to draw the elbows in towards one another. Lift and open the heart. Broaden through the collarbones. Maybe take the gaze up just slightly. So we're coming into a modified camel pose. One more inhale. Exhale, release. So either staying up on the knees, or if it feels okay, you can sit back on the heels just for a moment. Just try to avoid rounding through the back because we're going to do that again. Okay? We'll round the back after this little camel series. And then when you're ready, join me back onto the knees. So a couple of options. Okay? You can come back into that little back pocket version of camel, opening the heart here. Or if you feel like your back's a little more open, the front of the shoulders are a little more open, you may want to play around with coming into full camel. If you haven't done it, you can take one of those big blocks and place it here near the heels, and that will just lift the area for you a little bit higher so you're not coming all the way back. Another option is to curl the toes under because our hands are going to be going towards our heels. So if you curl the toes under, you see how that lifts the heel? Okay. So you make the choice. Either way, keep drawing the belly button in. It's like you're pressing the thighs forward slightly, and that tailbone is really heavy in towards the hamstrings. Okay? So either placing the hands in those back pockets, lifting and opening the heart, or you can take one arm, pick your favorite, we're going to do both. Circle it up towards the sky and then around towards that heel. Again, you have the option to curl the toes under. Okay? And then the other arm lifts, circles around to the other heel. And then you can lift and open the heart from here. So I'm really gathering the belly button into the spine to protect my low back here. And I'm just lifting the heart. Okay? Drop the head back slightly, but not too much. You can notice I can still talk here. Take one more breath in whatever version of camel you're in. And then take the gaze up. Rise all the way up. And then we'll all take the hips to the heels, extend the arms, come right into a child's pose. Soften the low back. And allow the hips to be heavy to the heels. Take a breath in. And a breath out. And then bring the hands towards the knees and start to press your way up. And then if it feels okay, you can stay here on the knees. If this is not a comfortable place for you, just come onto your bum and sit cross-legged or however you'd like to sit. Okay. And then finding a tall spine, we're going to take our arms up, coming into cactus arms so the elbows are bent. And then we're going to take the arms in towards one another, cross the right elbow over the left, and either press the backs of the hands together or bring the palms together if that's available. Okay, lift the elbows so that they're in line with the shoulders. Slightly press the hands away from you. So we're coming into eagle arms. Take a breath in here as you lift the elbows up towards the sky. And then exhale, draw them in towards the belly button as you round the back, chin comes towards the chest. So I call this like an eagle, cat, cow. Inhale, lift the elbows. Exhale, round the back. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round.
Inhale, come back to neutral. Open up the arms as you unwind, and we'll go on to the other side. So this time left comes over the right. You did the opposite last time, it's all good. Just switch it. Okay, so lift the elbows, press the arms slightly away from you. Here we go, take an inhale, lift the elbows. Exhale, round. Draw them in towards the belly. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Inhale back to center, unwind the arms, maybe stretch them out. Open up your wings nice and wide. And then release the hands. If you're not on your thumb, go ahead and swing the legs around. Make your way there. Do a little bit of core. Okay, so feet are on the mat with the knees bent. Find a little lean back. Here you can start with the hands underneath the knees if you like. Draw the belly into the spine. Roll the shoulders up towards the ears and then down the back. Notice how that opened up the heart space. Keep that openness and either come onto the toes or float the legs. Keep the heart space open. So stay here with the hands connected or reach them towards the feet. Up to you. So your version of boat. You can stay here and breathe. You can straighten the legs if you're feeling a little frisky. I'm not. I'm gonna keep mine bent. And then we'll take the palms together at your heart center, pressing them together to keep the heart open. Take a breath in here. And then exhale, find a twist over to your right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist left. One more round. Center, right, center, left, center, stay here. And then exhale, roll all the way down onto the back. Gather the knees into the chest, hug them in. You're welcome to take a moment to rock from side to side, massage out the spine. And then lower the feet down to the mat. And then take the soles of the feet together, allow the knees to come wide. Coming into a reclined cobblers or Supta Baddha Konasana if you want to get fancy with the Sanskrit. And then either take the arms alongside the body, palms up. Maybe they come over the head for a little more openness. You can close the eyes here. Excuse me. And then reconnect to the breath. Gently draw the knees back in towards one another. Hug the knees back into the chest. Again, you can find that little rock from side to side if that would feel good for you. And then take the arms out wide to a T so the back of the hands are on the mat. And then just allow the knees to fall gently over to the right side of your mat, coming into a final twist. The gaze may come over the left shoulder, if that would feel good. And then draw the gaze back to center, bring the knees back to center. And this time the legs fall over to the left. You can gaze over the right shoulder this time. And then take everything back to center. Draw the knees back into the chest one more time. Press the low back into the mat. As you draw the forehead up towards the knees, curling into a nice tight little ball. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, let everything go. Extend the legs, extend the arms, making your way into a final rest.
Release any tension that may be lingering anywhere in the body. Allow the muscles to soften. Allow the bones to become heavy. Take the hand onto the heart one more time. You're reminding yourself to be gentle. Find that kindness that you extend to others for yourself. And release the hand. The eyes can be closed. And then take a breath in through the nose. Just gently sigh it out through the mouth. So I invite you to stay in this Shavasana, in this final rest for as long as you like.
Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Sending you all love, kindness, and health. Have a fantastic weekend. Namaste.